Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love reading for November 2019. Let's go ahead and see what is coming up in your love life in November. This is a love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. The first card you have, Aquarius, is King of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. Four of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. Knight of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. Eight of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. Page of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. Death. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. Page of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. Queen of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for November. And you have the Eight of Pentacles. What's the most important thing that Aquarius needs to hear about their love life for November 2019? The message that you have, Aquarius, is Karma, which is actually the Judgment card. So this does represent a new beginning for the sign of Aquarius. This represents a second chance, a relationship rising from the ashes. So we'll come back to this card in a minute and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. If you would like a private reading with me, just scroll down and you'll see a link to my website, channeledguidance.com. Let's go ahead and start at the top. You have the King of Cups, Four of Wands, and Knight of Cups. So there's definitely kind of something moving here in your love life. You have the Knight of Cups, which can literally be somebody new coming into your life. This can be somebody who's offering a relationship, somebody who is trying to get back together with you. This is your love life moving forward. Now you also have the Four of Wands. So this is some type of commitment. This can be a marriage. This can be a live-in relationship. Perhaps somebody is proposing marriage in the month of November, but there can also be that there is a relationship coming in that is marriage material. For some of you, this can actually be with a water sign. The King of Cups is your first card. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can also represent you if you have a moon or rising in a water sign. I just see some type of movement for the sign of Aquarius. There is some type of proposal for a relationship or for marriage or for a live-in relationship with the Four of Wands. Now down here, you have the Eight of Wands, Page of Wands, and Death. So there is here, both of these cards represent change. Something is changing for the sign of Aquarius. And this is something that you've been waiting for a very long time. It can be somebody that perhaps you've been waiting to hear from someone for a really long time. It's that kind of energy where you almost had given up hope. Here it is. The Page of Wands can also be communication coming to you. Again, that you've been waiting for a really long time. You had given up hope. And then you also have the Page of Wands. Keep in mind the pages all represent communication. So you have a double message here of some type of communication coming in for you. This does always represent something exciting that gets you really fired up. This is good news. And you have this with the Death card. This can represent the sign of Scorpio, but death means that this is something that changes your life forever. So again, this can be somebody that you've been waiting to reconnect with, or perhaps you're hearing good news. Perhaps maybe somebody is proposing marriage or proposing a live-in relationship or committed relationship. For the sign of Aquarius, death means that something could change in the month of November, that it changes your life forever. This is something that is a game changer. This is a significant ending and a new beginning. Now you also have another page over here. So you have the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. So communication is strong for the sign of Aquarius. This can be somebody declaring their love for you, somebody telling you that they're interested in you. But the Page of Cups, again, this is perhaps a relationship coming in for those who are single, or for those who are trying to reconnect with an ex. This is rekindling that relationship. Now the Page of Cups is actually down here with you. The Queen of Swords, this represents the sign of Aquarius. On the other side of the Queen of Swords, you actually have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is saying there is a lot of work to do. Maybe for those of you where you're reconnecting with an ex, I am going to do the ex spread next. For those of you where you're reconnecting, perhaps someone is, revealing their feelings here. There is a lot of work to do, maybe to regain your trust or to work out a relationship. It really does seem like something huge wants to change here for the sign of Aquarius in the month of November. There is something moving here in your love life. Something is changing. I see you very excited here. This is something you've been waiting for a really long time. For some of you, it can be marriage or it can be a committed relationship. But remember also, the Judgment card is the main energy. This is a new beginning and a second chance for the sign of Aquarius. Okay, let's get a few more and let's see what other messages come in for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for November? You've got the Two of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. So perhaps, you know, this is why you've been waiting. You have the Two of Wands, which tells me that you have been waiting for something to change in your love life. Maybe you've been waiting while you've been in a relationship. Because I do see somebody has felt, with this Eight of Swords, somebody has felt trapped. It's either you or it's the person that you're with. It's a general reading, so it's hard to say. Somebody has felt trapped. Somebody has been waiting for things to change. Somebody has been feeling abandoned with the Five of Pentacles. Someone has felt kind of left out in the cold. You've been waiting for someone to come around. And I do feel like in the month of November, that could possibly change for you. I see it right here in this middle row. And for some of you, this could come in the form of communication, Page of Cups, Page of Wands. But it's like somebody has been waiting for something to change in their love life. You have the Knight of Cups saying that change is coming in. But for some of you, it can be that maybe someone has been held back by fear. This can be somebody that maybe is afraid you're going to turn them down. Or maybe you have been afraid to leave a relationship. Let's get a few more from the confirmation deck. Let's see what comes up there. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for November 2019? Interesting. You have the King of Swords, so this is your energy. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for November? Knight of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius? And the Tower. What's the most important thing that Aquarius needs to hear about their love life for November 2019? Death. So wow, you have Death 2 times here. This is your repeat card. So if you've been hoping to start over in the month of November, this is your time. The Death card, again, this is something life-altering that happens in the month of November. It can be a new beginning for you, because remember, the main energy from the other deck was actually the Karma card, which is Judgment, a second chance, a new beginning. So this is the time of new beginnings for you, either a new relationship or a second chance for a relationship that had ended. Again, Death represents an ending and a new beginning, but it does seem like something significant is coming in for you, especially with the Tower here. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at these 3 cards. I mean, you have the King of Swords. This represents your energy. Of course, if you have a partner or an ex who's also an air sign, either another Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, it can represent them. It really does seem like bam, right here. I always say the Knight of Swords is the same energy as the Tower. The Tower is, you know, a shocking twist. Something that comes out completely out of the blue. Considering that you have the Death card 2 times here, there can be something that changes abruptly in your love life. And it can be very well that, you know, you've been waiting, because I see that here. Again, you've been waiting for a long time here. And then I see it over here. You've been waiting for something to happen. You've been waiting for something to change. And it finally does. The Death card 2 times, now the Tower. Something changes abruptly in your love life. And it can be, you know, with this Knight of Swords. I don't always see the Knight of Swords as a court card, but this does represent someone that you feel you can't count on. This person comes and goes. They're not very reliable. They care sometimes, and other times they just kind of disappear. That is the energy of the Knight of Swords. Very flighty. You can't count on the Knight of Swords. But this person is aligned with your energy for the month of November with a very, you know, kind of big surprise. Maybe this person is ready to commit. Maybe this person is ready to tell you that they love you. You have the Page of Cups down here right next to your energy. So I do feel like the sign of Aquarius, like, be prepared. I feel like maybe what you have been waiting for, I literally see you waiting. Maybe what you're waiting for is finally here. But also, if you've been afraid to make a change, which would be the Eight of Swords, if you've been afraid to make a change in your relationship status, this is a time for you to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Okay, Aquarius, before we do the X spread, let's try this deck right here. I haven't done this for the other signs. Hopefully they don't mind. Let's see how the person that you love feels right now. This is a question that I always get in private readings, so I want to see how it works in a general reading. Okay, show me how the person that Aquarius love feels. How does the person that Aquarius loves feels? How does the person that Aquarius loves feels? How do they feel right now? So you had this card in the first spread. How does the person that Aquarius loves feel? Coins. How does the person that Aquarius loves feel? 10 of coins. How does the person that Aquarius loves feel? King of Wands. How does the person that Aquarius loves feel? So Wheel of Fortune. So all very positive. I can definitely see why you had the Death card 2 times and the Tower. So again, let's just look at these 6 cards and then we will do the X spread. Now, if the person that you love, this can be an ex, this can be a person that you're in a committed relationship with, this can be someone that you have a crush on. We have the King of Wands here, which would be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can even represent you. So we're asking, how do they feel? How do they feel about the sign of Aquarius? So I do see, you know, kind of a romantic interest here. So for those of you where you don't know if this person is interested in you, you do have the Four of Wands. This card came up for you in the first spread. This card does represent relationship energy, commitment, stability, a committed relationship, marriage. Now you also have the 6 of coins. So I feel like, you know, the person that you're interested in does see you as someone they can picture themselves with, because the 6 of coins represents receiving, getting what you deserve. So I do feel like the person, again, the person that you're with sees you as, you know, a possible life partner or a person they can see themselves with in a long-term relationship. Now they also have the 9 of coins. So I mean, I feel like the nine of coins is a card about independence, so freedom. I feel like the person that you love, yes, they're interested in you, but they also want their space. They want time, you know, on their own. They want time for their own pursuits. You have the 9 and the 10 of coins here, but we're back to relationship energy. Again, it does seem, you know, with the 4 of Wands and the 10 of coins that, again, whatever this person means to you, whether you're already with them or you're just interested in them, it seems like they're also interested in you. The 10 of coins is a card of marriage, commitment, stability. Again, and it can be with a fire sign, but the King of Wands is someone also who is ready to take action. So it could be that the person that you're in love with, the person, you know, that you're trying to make things work with, is very much interested in staying with you, maybe staying married or staying in a committed relationship with you. These 3 cards right here. Also, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that, again, the person that you love wants things to change. I feel like this especially applies to those of you who are married, because we've got marriage here and marriage here. So again, if you're going through a really difficult time, maybe you're struggling to stay together and you feel like, I don't know if this person even cares anymore. That is a question that I get all the time in private readings. That's why I thought of adding this to the general reading each month. I do feel like the person that, you know, you're trying to work things out with also wants things to improve. The Wheel of Fortune does represent change for the better, but I also feel like they don't want to lose themselves either. The 9 of coins is a very independent energy. They want their freedom. They just want a little bit of space, some time to themselves, time for their own pursuits. But again, they do want to stay with you. They do want to stay in a relationship, or they want to stay married if you're married already, or if you're just kind of interested in someone. I do see them seeing you as like potential partner material. They definitely see you as worthy with the 6 of coins. And again, if you're struggling, I do see them wanting things to improve. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is going on with you and your ex. This is the love reading for the sign of Aquarius and their ex for November 2019. The Magician. Aquarius and their ex for November. 8 of Pentacles. Aquarius and their ex for November. Judgment. So this was the main energy from the first spread. Aquarius and their ex for November. The Hangman. Aquarius and their ex for November. 9 of Pentacles. So kind of interesting, 8 and 9 of Pentacles lined up here. This card did come up in the last spread where we're asking how the person that you love feels about you. Aquarius and their ex for November. 5 of Swords. Aquarius and their ex for November. King of Swords. Aquarius and their ex for November. 4 of Wands also came up in the spread when I asked how they felt about you. Aquarius and their ex for November. King of Pentacles. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's see what this means for you. I mean, the fact that you're starting with the Magician is very good, because the Magician is telling you that you have the power to manifest a new beginning right here, a new beginning with your ex. I also feel like if you're not doing anything to try to get your ex back, it could be that this person is working, because I mean, you literally have the work card right here. There is a lot of effort and a lot of time that's being put into reconnecting with someone here. So for some of you, because you're watching this reading, it might be you. Judgment is a second chance for a relationship that you thought was over. This was the main energy from the first spread that we did. Karma is the Judgment card. So I do see a lot of work being put in towards a new beginning. For some of you, this can be you, that you're trying to be the Magician, that you're trying to manifest a new beginning with your ex. Someone who, for some reason, is no longer in your life. Now, look at this. Look at this second row right here. You've got the Hangman, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So the Hangman does mean that you're kind of in limbo for the month of November. Some of you may feel like, I don't really see things changing. Things will change. I mean, you had the Death card 2 times, and then you had the Tower. Something is changing. But some of you, you're kind of feeling like this is beyond your control. Things are not moving forward. You have the Nine of Pentacles again. So again, this card came up when we asked how the person that you love feels about you. And it could be that this person just needs some time. The Nine of Pentacles is, again, a very independent energy. Someone needs their time. They need their space. They need to focus on other things. Perhaps, they're kind of keeping you waiting while they figure things out. You also have the Five of Swords. So, I mean, the Five of Swords is usually a word of caution. It can be an empty victory. It's not going to be for everyone, but I do feel like I have to mention it. Because the Five of Swords sometimes represents that you get what you want. Again, an empty victory. You get what you want, and then you wonder why you even pursued, this person again. So some of you have to be careful around that. But the Five of Swords can also represent a very bad decision, a very unwise decision. It could be that, your ex maybe regrets making the decision to leave your relationship, to end your relationship. Again, I see them, perhaps needing to focus on themselves for now. Some of you may be waiting here. You may be the Hangman. Your energy is actually lined up with the Hangman. You have the King of Swords, which does represent the sign of Aquarius. You also have down here another court card. You have the King of Pentacles. So this is an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can even represent you if you have a moon or rising and an earth sign. Now what I see down here between them is the Four of Wands. So this card did come up again. I think it was in the first spread, but I think it also came up in the spread. In fact, I have it right here. Yeah, this card came up when I asked how the person that you love feels about you. So it's the same card. This card does represent, relationship, commitment, stability. So I feel like there's still romantic interest there. There's still the possibility of a future. Maybe you were engaged. Maybe you thought this person was the one. That energy is still there, but for some reason, things are not moving forward. Let me get a few more, and let's see what other messages come up for you. Aquarius and their ex for November. You've got Strength, Aquarius and their ex, Ten of Swords, and Page of Swords. So for some of you, you might be dealing with a Leo because you have the Strength card represented by the sign of Leo. But you also have a painful energy here. You've got the Ten of Swords, a betrayal. Someone has deeply hurt you. But I mean, to me also the Ten of Swords means that someone has not been able to move on. And I mean, because you have this with the Page of Swords, it's like somebody is being very honest. Some of you could be reaching out to your ex, or your ex could be reaching out to you. If you're the one who broke up with them, I feel like whoever hurt the other person, again, the Ten of Swords, you see the person here with 10 swords in their back. Whoever it is that hurt the other person could be communicating, the truth about what really happened, why they hurt you, why they left. Maybe, they're communicating that, they made a very bad decision. Perhaps they chose someone else. But I feel like somebody has not yet moved on. You are being told by the Strength card, though, that you're going to have to be really strong and really brave, maybe in reconnecting with your ex, because I do see a new beginning here. Okay, so let's get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. Let me just give it a quick shuffle. Okay, so let's see what comes up for you from this deck. Aquarius and their ex for November. We've got the Three of Cups, Aquarius and their ex for November. The Eight of Wands, so this card was in the first spread. Aquarius and their ex for November. And the Fool. So, I mean, there is a strong energy of new beginnings. Looking at this spread, the first spread where you had the Death card 2 times, the Tower, in fact, here it is right here. Yeah, I mean, there is a strong energy of a new beginning for the sign of Aquarius where you want to reconnect with an ex. I do see they still care. In the middle spread that I did for you, I see that, you know, your ex wants things to change for the better with the Wheel of Fortune. The Fool does represent a new beginning, a risky new beginning that you're going to have to take if you want this person back. Now, again, the Eight of Wands was in the first spread, so this means that you've been waiting for something to change. I feel like for those of you where you've been waiting for months or years, you know, for something to change between you and your ex, perhaps you've talked but not been able to make things work. I do see you being really happy here. You have the Three of Cups, joy, celebration. There is laughter again. There's a new beginning. I feel like you're celebrating a new beginning here. Something that's finally changed. That is the message of the Eight of Wands. Finally, you had almost given up hope. There is change here. So again, I do feel that for the sign of Aquarius, someone has been trying really hard to manifest this new beginning from the Judgment card. You've been trying really hard maybe to communicate, to work things out. You have the Eight of Pentacles here, trying to make things work again. Again, I feel like this person is interested. I mean, based on all the spreads that we've seen so far. But I do feel like maybe, you know, they need more time to themselves here. They need time to figure things out. And, you know, there is still this energy of being stuck. So you may not see things entirely change in the month of November, but I feel like there's definitely the energy of communication. If you watch the first spread, I think you had the Page of Cups. There was another page, and then you had the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands also represents kind of very unexpected communication. And for some of you, you know, this is what you've been waiting for. This is the good news. This is a celebration. You're hearing from your ex. There is a risky new beginning that is waiting for you. Okay, Aquarius, this has been your love reading for November 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.